Okay, a little bit of GANS making instructions here. So, what do I have here? This is a simple contraption anybody can make. These here I'm pointing at, they're carbon zinc batteries, the D sizes, the big D ones. You take them all apart and they're wrapped in zinc. So we need some zinc and we need some carbon. This is a carbon stick from a welder supply. They use these for removing weld. And this is how we make CO2 and zinc oxide GANS. Now in this procedure, depending on the voltage, you'll always have a little bit of both. So if you have a little more voltage, you get more zinc oxide, I believe, and if you have less, you get more CO2. It's a collection kit. Now, what I have hooked up here is I have an old AA battery. The negative of the battery, it's an old one, like it's got very low voltage. You don't want a new one, you want an old one. So we got the negative hooked up to the carbon stick, and we got the positive hooked up to the zinc plates. And inside here we have a salt solution of approximately the same as the ocean. So approximately 35,000 parts per million. So, you know, if you do your ratios, it's like 3.5% salt solution. And you can mix that up, or you can use straight clean seawater. Now, if you look inside, I don't want to move it too much, but let me see here. Let me see. Okay. The bottom there, that's all zinc oxide, the fluffy stuff, the white fluff, that's all zinc oxide and CO2 GANS, all mixed up in there. And I've had this working for maybe about a week. So it just keeps collecting. You don't have to do anything with it. Now, if you can't get these rods, when you take the zinc carbon batteries apart, the center pin, I'll show you, the center pin is a carbon stick. So you could use this as well instead of that one, if you're careful and you don't break it when you take it apart. That's a carbon stick. And you would put that in the water with an electrode tied to it, the negative from the battery, and the positive goes to the zinc plates. And if you can get just any zinc plate or any other carbon, you can use that. You don't have to use these, but these carbon zinc batteries are readily available everywhere. Those are they're all hollowed out. You have to clean them. It's a little bit of a mess. You have to clean them very well to get all the material out of them. They're filled up. But this is how you make CO2 zinc oxide GANS. Now this deals directly with the energy and emotion of man. You can make pain pads with this. You can make all kinds of sorts of stuff. You can use you know, we're always using the water. Once this is made, you have to wash this, the same as we wash the seawater GANS or any GANS. You're gonna have to you know, take out all the GANS with a syringe is the best way from the bottom, and then you put another container and you fill it up with clean water, distilled preferably, or good filtered, and you let it, you know, wash it, let it settle. Do that 3-4 times minimum before it to get all the salt out. And then we add it to fresh clean water, and we use the energy of the water that's been energized by the GANS. GANS is a lifetime energy supply. It's got millions and millions of nanoparticles of the same the potential of the sun. So that's CO2 GANS. This is a simple hookup. Old AA, you know, I've got a few of them here. Just any old AA battery. That's what's in there. Hook up the negative on the carbon, positive on the zinc. That's CO2 GANS. And I have a few others here. This is copper oxide GANS. See a nice color. This is CH3. It's energy supply. This is for disinfectant and muscle on man. You know, I have oh, one thing I forgot to mention on the before I forget, on the top here, see if I can get it good. You can see that. You see this kind of foamy stuff? like it's an oily base. That's amino acids. So, for people telling you that you need to get your protein, it's a bunch of bullcrap. It's you see the sheen on the water, all that stuff. It's amino acids. We can make anything with 2 ingredients: salt water, ocean water, and air. So your body can do the same. There you go, folks. And the energy of this the amino acids is what ties the matter to man. So we put always a little bit of amino acids in our pain pads and everything, and our pens. That'll give you a better connection to man. These are my plasma coils I started making. I just never got around to finishing my MagGraph unit. These are all nano-coated. These terminologies, you're going to have to do a little more research. It's just copper, made out of copper, and it's nano-coated with caustic cold method. These are nano plates. You can use this method as well. Instead of a carbon stick, you can use this, but it's much more work. You have to nano-coat the copper, and this method with the carbon sticks is much easier and more effective, we found. So you have less things to do. But you can make GANS with anything, folks. There's so many different things. Here I have the amino acids, fat I collected from previous times. You only need a speck of that stuff in your pain pads or your pain pens to make the connection to man. So I hope all these people with the autistic kids, I would highly recommend you learn how to do this. It's very simple. There's no right or wrong way, as long as you can make that connection, and you can make pain pads from this to give to your children. This is going to really help connect them. And there's many other things we can do. We can make iodine GANS. Best way would be to use kelp and bladderwrack. They are high in iodine, and that's a different method. We use caustic to make those, similar to seawater. So these are the iodine connects directly to the soul. The CO2 is an energy, and the zinc it connects us to the emotion, and CH3 is your energy supply. Your CuO, copper oxide GANS. That's just instead of putting zinc, you would put the carbon and copper, just copper instead of zinc. The carbon stick and copper, that will make copper oxide. And this is the CH3. We use the carbon, and we use iron, and on and on and on. You can make GANS from anything. So I hope this is not too complicated. Otherwise, we're going to have to do something more simple. But anybody that has a little bit of a handyman scenario, anybody can do this. Any woman, any man, even children can make this. This is not difficult. This is very simple. Plastic container, salt water solution, 3.5%, zinc, carbon. The reason I'm showing you this one in particular, this is the one that's going to help autistic children. Very much so. And also the seaweed I was talking about, kelp and bladderwrack, those two. Okay, that's it for today.